What do you do when you forget someone's name? This happens to all of us. We're meeting someone new, we're in a good conversation, and we don't want to absolutely kill the dynamic by asking, what's your name again? It's an embarrassing question, it's not a good question, and basically it signals to them that you're not really listening, you don't really care that much, and then you'll both go on your separate ways. So we're gonna start off this video by going over some tips to avoid this from happening to you, and then I'm gonna give you guys the get out of jail free card that will give you their name without actually asking what's your name again. So here we go. Now we're gonna use a very basic conversation as an example so that you don't forget this person's name. So over here, this is person number one, all right? This is the person that you are talking to. And then you're person number two because you are responding, right? So they say hi, you say hi. And then they're gonna be like, I'm Joe. And then you're gonna say, nice to meet you. I just did abbreviation, nice to meet you. I'm Adam, okay? When they say their name is Joe, repeat that in your brain. So basically say, nice to meet you, Joe, I'm Adam. Then a very basic conversation will be like, all right, where are you from? Where are you from? And then I'm gonna say, I'm from Alaska, or wherever you're from. And then they're gonna be like, oh, that's great. Or let's say it's reverse. I say, where are you from? They're gonna say, I'm from Georgia. When they say I'm from Georgia, add these two things in their head. Joe from Georgia. So you're basically leaving notes and bullets in your mind of the person you're talking to. This is Joe, he's from Georgia. So this conversation can keep going on. I play baseball, I play soccer, I went to this school, I'm from this town, this is my job. Whatever they say, job, career, hobbies, funny stories, you just add them to this person's description. So Joe from Georgia, he works in accounting, and he had a funny story about him at a zoo when he was 20 years old, whatever that may be, right? So that's how you not lose track of who you're talking to. And so that next time you run into Joe, you know details about him, you have a good connection with them, and that's how you build a friendship or a bond, right? Now, what is your get out of jail free card? If you forget Joe's name, and then he starts talking to you about where he's from, what he does for work, and then you're like, shoot, like, I don't even know this guy's name. So here's what you do. And this honestly kind of works better if you're talking to like a girl, or if you're a girl talking to a guy and it's like kind of flirty, or it's kind of that dynamic. What you say is this, and this is like the secret sauce. Do you go by any nicknames? That's it. Do you go by any nicknames? Basically, they're gonna say, oh, I go by Sam, or I go by Kat, or I go by Ella. Whatever they say, you'll remember their name. Like, okay, it's Ella, it's short for Elizabeth, or it's Sam, it's short for Samantha. This will be the key to being like, oh yeah, I remember now, this person's name's Joe. You remember the key details about them, like bullet points in your mind. You kind of say it back. You can say it back to them like, oh, Joe, nice to meet you, or just keep mental bullet points. And if you truly forget and you don't want to deflate all the air out of the balloon, you say, do you go by any nicknames? And then when they tell you like, oh, not really, I usually stick with Adam. That is all you need to know. So over here, a very basic example on how to not forget people's names. And then this is all you need to know on how to get that person's name without ruining the dynamic. So send this video to your friends, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.